Kia ora and welcome to this week's Flexi. This week we're focusing on relationship. The idea that the wise teacher is a relational teacher. Beverly Bell in the reading talks about the student-teacher relationship in particular being the essence or the crux of good teaching. The idea that teaching is relational practice is an important one, and that is why we are going to focus on it. We're going to focus on it in terms of a mega theme, in terms of what does relationship mean for good teaching. We're then going to focus on a particular aspect or particular relationship within the New Zealand context that is of importance. That's the relationship with boys' education in schools. Not just because it's an important media hot potato sometimes, but also because what we learn and how to relate to boys we can apply to many other aspects and areas of schooling as well. And also then at the end we're going to come to look at some key relational tips for ourselves to move forward as wise teachers, and we're going to use Tuxedo as a medium to present that. So the first part of the lesson this week is reading the Bell reading. The chapter, Teaching as Relational Practice. The concept that I want you to look at in this reading is the idea of why is relationship so important. And if you are a wise teacher, therefore what particular aspects of relationship do you need to consider intently? And in particular the teacher-student relationship, what vital aspects of those are so important and so integral to learning, and how can you bring those out within your own practice. And secondly, within that, how does what you learn about the teacher-student relationship influence the other relationships that you have as well, relationships with the community, relationships with colleagues, relationships in particular and importantly with behaviour management, relationships with parents, and relationships with your own subject. The second part of the week's work looks at boys' education, and it looks at the idea and asks the question, is there actually a crisis in boys' education, as some people would say there are, and what kind of relationships therefore do we have to build to connect and help boys learn so they can reach their potential. So there's a number of readings to look at there in regard to this issue. Please go outside this scope and have a look at the media as well, perspectives. Have a look at the Herald, have a look at the Listener, places like that where you can touch base and get people's perspectives, and then come in with your own conclusion about, is there actually a problem in boys' education? If so, what does it look like? And then how can we contribute in our own practice and developing relationships within the classroom, meeting those needs. Some of the aspects you might want to look at are, is it a widespread problem? Does it encompass all boys? Is it a problem that only affects particular boys, particular groups of boys? Or is it actually a wider problem than that? Maybe is it a problem that is more based around learning styles, and you could actually maybe apply equally to girls as boys, or maybe different kinesthetic learners or visual learners, or is it more to do with behaviour types or something like that? It's going to be really interesting to see your perspective and to see how you think relationship and the building of relationships and how you would do that would play a part in solving that problem. The final part is looking on the readings and coming up with your 10 non-negotiables. 10 points or 10 words that you would use as a wise beginner teacher when considering building relationships with the various stakeholders that you are going to have to interact with in the educational process. And to do that, we're going to learn how to use Tuxedo, which is a really cool tool to make word diagrams. So that should be a lot of fun. Remember to jump on the Open Zone if you've got any questions. That's up there for any question in relation to understanding, topic, assignments, etc. that you would like answered. And please don't hesitate to get in contact with me if you have any particular or specific questions or want to do a one-on-one Skype or an email, something like that. I look forward to seeing your work during the week. I look forward to engaging in the debate, and as usual, I wish you the best for the week, and I will say over and out.